Good morning. Today we are working on CO50. I can find the slope of a line that has been graphed. So we need to know what a slope is in order to be able to find it. So a slope is how the line moves across the coordinate plane. So when we are looking at that line, we know it is going to continue going on and on and on and on forever. We were using the rule to be able to say an ordered pair that would be on the line that we don't have listed. The slope is another way to find ordered pairs that would be on that line because it's going to follow those rules. So we're going to look at how to find a slope. There are different ways of wording how we're going to do this. The first one is the vertical change over the horizontal change. Vertical change is going left and right. Horizontal, sorry, I just messed that up. Vertical is up and down, and horizontal is left and right. All right, so vertical is how many up and down we go. Horizontal is going across. So we're going to call that, if we're talking about up and down, that is the y. So that is the change in the y, that y-axis, over the change in the x-axis.
Can you use your ball again?
And then the third way, which is the easiest way, because it's short words. So that vertical change, which is the change in the y, we call that the rise. If we go up, if we rise up, it's going to be a positive slope. If our rise goes down, it's going to be a negative slope. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. On the bottom, we call it the run. And the run, we like to start at the left side and go to the right to find our run. That way we know if we go up, it's positive, if it's going down, it's negative, and then our run always goes to the right, because we read from left to right. So this is what I always fall back on, because it works for my brain. The rise over the run. Rise up is positive, rise down, we know it's going to be negative. So we're going to see how to use that. We're going to plot the two given ordered pairs, connect them with a line, be as straight as you can be, but just like yesterday, we're not going to rely on our drawing to know what ordered pair we're going to put in there. We're going to make sure and prove it mathematically that the ordered pair we're going to find actually will be on that line. So we're going to find the slope of the line. Oh, today we're just doing finding the slope. The change in the y over the change in the x, that rise over the run. We're not throwing in finding an ordered pair. We will do that later in an upcoming objective. So today it's just finding that slope. So let me scroll up so we can find our slope. Remember, we read from left to right. This is super important that we remember that we, let's do this. There we go. Let's remember to read from left to right, to do it the way I'm showing you, so you don't mess up if it's positive or negative. because people mess it up all the time because they go from right to left, they do the run, and then they do the run. Do it my way, specifically because I know those common mistakes people make. So you really, truly want to do it the way that I'm showing you so you don't make the very, very common mistakes that kids make every single year. All right, so watch how we're gonna do this. First thing, we are gonna graph -4, +2, -3, +5. So we graph our 2 points. We draw as straight of a line as we can. We want to show it is a line and not a segment by putting our arrows on. So that is our first step, graphing the line. Now, we want to remember to rise over run. So rise, if we're going up, it will be positive. If we go down, it will be negative. Our run always goes from left to right. So I'm going to start on the point that is farthest to the left, right here, all the way to the left. And am I going to go up to my next point, or am I going down to my next point? Claire? Up. So is it going to be a positive or a negative slope? Positive, because I'm going up. So I go, okay, I'm going to be positive, so I don't have to put my negative sign in right away. But I'm going to count from here all the way up. I go up 1, 2, 3. So I put 3 on the top for my slope. Now I go from left to right for my run, and I go over just 1 square. So my slope is 3 over 1. Let's look at our second one. 1, 6, I need to graph that. 5, 3, I'm going to graph that. I'm going to connect them the best I can, putting my arrows on the end because it is a line. Which point am I going to start with? Hadley. 1, 6, that is the farthest to the left. So I'm going to start over here. Am I going to go up or am I going to go down? Natalie?
Down.
Down. So if I'm going down, what kind of slope is it going to be? David?
A negative.
A negative. So I'm going to put that negative symbol in there right away so I don't forget it. You can see the positive lines go up, whereas our negative lines are going down. So just by looking at it, I can see it's going to be a negative slope because it's going down. So I am going to start here and I'm going to do my rise over run. So rise first. I have to go down. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put my 3 there. Now I'm going to do my run. And I go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. My slope is negative 3/4. If you do not have the negative sign, it will be wrong because your line would be going the wrong direction. So you have to remember those negative signs. Important thing to know, what does our slope look like? Or what? No, the numbers. It looks like a fraction. What is always going to be our final step when working with fractions, baby? Simplify. Both of these slopes are already as simple as it gets. If you come to a slope that needs to be simplified, you must simplify it or it will be wrong. So remember, if you're going down, it's a negative. Remember to simplify. Always, always, always go up or down and then to the right. So Christina pointed out, oh, you're going to get a right angle. you are getting right angles with your slope. You are absolutely correct about that. But remember, you start on the left and you go to the right. Because look at what happens if I start on the right and I go to the left. I say, oh, I go up 1, 2, 3, over 1, 2, 3, 4. But if I go up, it's a positive. That's not a positive slope, it's a negative slope. But because I went backwards, I got the wrong answer. Do not go backwards. Okay, always start on the left and go to the right. Every year, I always have 1 or 2 friends that go backwards, so they mess up their positives and negatives. Always, always, always start on the left. Always, always, always do the up, down, that rise first. That goes on the top, the run goes on the bottom. Any questions on finding the slope? Okay, so you are going to finish this page. You're going to do the word problems at the bottom, thinking it through. So those problems on the bottom are asking you which of the graphs above would you use for those different examples that they give. Okay, thinking about what you want that slope to be for those different examples. If you are watching this at home, I hope you are well, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.